My name is Elena. I grew up learning how to be strong, not because I wanted to be, but because life forced me to be. My parents died when I was young, and after that, the world felt empty. No arms to protect me, no voice to tell me everything would be okay. I learned how to smile even when my heart was breaking. Love was never something I trusted. I believe love comes, hurts you, and leaves. So I kept my heart closed until the day I met him. It was a rainy evening. The sky was dark, and the rain was heavy, like it was washing the pain from the streets. I was sitting alone in a small cafe near the bus stop. My coffee was already cold, but I didn't care. I was tired. Not just tired in my body, but tired in my soul. Then the door opened. A man walked in, shaking rain from his jacket. His hair was messy. His face looked tired, but his eyes were kind. He ordered coffee and sat at the table near mine. For a long time, we said nothing. But sometimes silence feels comfortable when two lonely hearts sit together. After a while, he looked at me and said softly, "Rain always finds lonely people." I smiled a little and replied, "Or lonely people find rain." He laughed quietly. That small moment felt warm. His name was Daniel. We started talking about simple things. Life, dreams, sad memories we never shared with anyone. I didn't know why, but talking to him felt easy, like I had known him for years. When the cafe was about to close, he looked at me and asked, "Can I see you again?" I hesitated, but my heart answered before my fear did. "Yes," I said. Days turned into weeks. We met almost every evening. Same cafe, same corner table. Daniel always listened carefully when I spoke. He never rushed me. He never judged me. He made me feel seen. Sometimes he would just look at me and smile, like I was something precious. Slowly, without realizing it, I started falling in love. One evening, while the rain tapped on the window, Daniel asked, "Elena, do you believe in love?" I stayed quiet for a long time. Then I answered honestly, "I believe in love that hurts." He looked at me deeply and said, "Then let me love you gently." My heart shook. Being with Daniel felt like safety. He remembered small things about me. How I liked my coffee. How I went quiet when I was sad. How I pretended to be strong. He held my hand like he was afraid to lose me. And I loved him without fear. For the first time, I imagined a future. But love is never perfect. One night, I noticed something had changed. Daniel was quiet. His smile didn't reach his eyes. "Are you okay?" I asked. "I'm fine," he replied quickly. But love teaches you how to see lies. After that day, he started changing. Short messages, long silences, missed meetings. My heart started to ache. One evening, I followed him. I know it was wrong, but fear makes you desperate. He went into a hospital. I waited outside for hours, shaking in the cold. When he finally came out, his eyes were full of tears. I stood in front of him. "Daniel," I said softly, "what are you hiding from me?" He looked at me, and his strength broke. He told me the truth. He was sick, very sick, a disease that was slowly killing him. "I didn't want you to love a dying man," he said. My heart shattered. I held his face and cried. Don't decide my love for me, I said. I choose you, even now. He cried in my arms like a child. From that moment, everything changed. Love became painful, but deeper. Hospitals replaced cafes. Medicines replaced dreams. Still, I stayed. Because love doesn't leave when things get hard. After that day, my life moved into the hospital. The smell of medicine became normal. The sound of machines became familiar. Time felt slow, heavy, painful. Daniel tried to smile for me, but I could see how tired he was. His body was getting weaker, but his love stayed strong. Some days he joked, pretending everything was fine. Other days he was silent, staring at the window like he was already somewhere far away. I stayed beside him every day. Sometimes he pushed me away. "You shouldn't stay here all the time," he said. "You're wasting your life on me." I shook my head. "You are my life," I replied. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. The nights were the hardest. When the hospital became quiet, fear grew louder. Daniel would wake up in pain, breathing heavy. I would hold his hand and whisper, "I'm here. I'm not leaving." Sometimes he fell asleep holding my fingers. Sometimes I cried silently so he wouldn't hear me. One evening, he asked me a question that broke my heart. "If I don't make it, will you hate me for leaving?" I cried and shook my head. "I could never hate you." "Then promise me something," he said softly. "Promise me you'll live. Smile again. Love again." I wanted to scream. I wanted to say no. But I whispered, "I promise." The sickness became worse. Doctors spoke in low voices. Their eyes avoided mine. I understood without words. Time was running out. One night, the power went out in the hospital. The room was dark. Only moonlight filled the space. Daniel asked me to sit closer. "Do you remember the cafe?" he whispered. "Yes," I said, my voice shaking. "If I survive," he said slowly, "I will take you there again. Same table. Same rain." I smiled through tears, knowing it was just a dream. A few days later, he couldn't walk anymore. His hands shook when he touched my face. "Thank you," he said, "for loving me when I was breaking." I kissed his forehead. "There is nothing to thank," I said. Love stays. The last morning came quietly. No warning. No storm. Daniel's breathing was slow. His eyes were tired. He looked at me and smiled weakly. "Elena," he whispered, "loving you is the best thing in my life." Tears fell freely from my eyes. "Please don't leave me," I cried. He squeezed my hand softly. "I'm not leaving love," he said. "I'm leaving pain." "I love you," he whispered. "I love you," I answered. Then his hand became still. The machines went silent, and my world ended. I stayed in that room long after everyone left, holding his cold hand, talking to him like he was still listening. I wasn't ready to let go. Weeks passed. Life continued around me, but I felt empty. One rainy evening, I went back to the cafe. Same place, same table. I ordered 2 coffees. Then I remembered. I drank both. Sometimes love doesn't last forever, but it changes you forever. And even now when it rains, I still look at the door, hoping you will walk in again. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like the video. Share it with someone who may feel the same pain. And subscribe to the channel for more emotional stories. Your support means everything.